With one opponent down, Ruff went to help Harold, who lay dying in the mud and muck. Some say he soiled himself in this moment, but I give no such claims credence, and will not place them into the annals of history. A spawn of the Dreadwraith rose from the corpse of the Rakshasa, bringing the danger back to peak. And as the Dreadwraith was eventually destroyed, the spawn came into its own. However, none of these creatures proved capable of defeating the heroes of Otari. Discovering the room they found was a place in which deep gnomes were turned into the children of Belcora, the heroes feared that Glash might be among them, but they found no sign of him, thankfully. With more treasure in hand, the party decided to rest and take the time to clear one last nook, the door labeled "Danger, do not open." And within they found a small wet cavern strewn with stalactites and stalagmites of many minerals. And pushing to see what might lie within the back of the cave, one such stalagmite blinked at them.
We talk about music on here fairly often. We talk about it off air fairly often. We talk about it in the Discord fairly often. There is a repetitive nature to the topic of music, which makes me think about whether or not you have had any songs stuck in your head repetitively for a longer than average time. Because I have a small curse upon my brain in which I have one stuck in my head at all times for a very long time until I randomly find another one that replaces it. And then the cycle repeats. I started with, of all things, many years ago, the Indiana Jones theme song.
It's a good one.
I was walking around singing it when I worked in the kitchen. That's how, it was a long time ago. As my first job in the restaurant industry, and I just was like, ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da, everywhere.
Did you tell me the story before?
I might have, yeah.
Because I literally was thinking it
crazy.
like when you were talking. It was literally in my head. Indiana Jones started playing before you said it. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
It's entirely possible. I've told this before. And it was like at the time.
Freeman does also walk around with a fedora and a bullwhip at all times.
That makes sense.
Just in case.
And a tin whistle.
The one that one was like the start, and then it was gone, and then the next one that did come in, it didn't quite replace it. I can't say that, but then from there I had a bit of a train replacement. But the next one that got proper stuck in my head for entirely too long was Old Lang Syne.
Which works one day of the year.
When you say an extended period of
years.
time, like, what are we talking about for timeline here?
Like pretty much every day I'm going, should old acquaintance be
Oh my god.
Oh, I wish those old acquaintances could be forgot.
Please.
for like definitely probably 3 or 4 years. Yeah. But I'm not annoyed by it because I enjoy the song. And then like I even learned at one point learned some of the old original like Gaelic pronunciations for it just to like change it up for myself. And I was kind of enjoying it. And it was eventually replaced by Oh Danny Boy.
Oh geez, you really got a genre.
it sticks strong with the genre because that one went for probably 2 or 3 years. And it was very recently replaced by Northwest Passage by Stan Rogers, which I'm very happy about, to be honest, because it's a great tune. But I would say over the last 10 years, I've had 3 different songs stuck in my head, like consistently, very consistently. And I know that I am my mother's son because she used to sing "Oh Christmas Tree" all year round for as long as I could remember. That's cute. Anyone else? I don't expect anyone to have quite the level of intensity of being stuck, but
the longest I think I've ever had a song stuck in my head was like for maybe a week, and it was "Terrible, Oh How Terrible" by As Cities Burn. And I don't think anybody's...
Oh, yes. Yeah, that one, yeah.
I was like, don't for me. But that just like would get stuck in my head over and over and over. If we ever talk about our favorite albums someday, that'll be like one of them that is definitely on my list. Yeah. But yeah, that's the closest. I'll get songs stuck in my head for like an hour, and like I usually just go listen to the song and then it leaves. It politely departs, having stayed its time. It's a nice house guest that's like on time and it's like, oh, I'm gonna go, and they leave, So I definitely don't have 3 years. Like I think that I think it's like my ADHD would just not allow that. Like I would just disassociate and be like, nope, it's gone now. Bye.
Now that being said, the songs are the topic, but it doesn't really have to be songs. If anyone has something else in mind, like what else has been like just stuck in a cycle in their head for an extended period, doesn't have to be music.
Definitely drum beats.
Yeah.
The Pokemon battle music sometimes just sneaks into the back of my brain when I'm doing regular life.
You've said this one before, yeah.
So good. Dunk?
Yeah, like when I used to have a problem with it when I was like taking piano lessons and stuff, because you'd do an exam at the end of the year and you'd be working on the same song for like months and months at a time. So I used to have like a big problem with having that stuck in my head. But that has kind of gone by the wayside. But I did come up with the stupidest little system, like when we were working at that restaurant where we met. I used to hate having songs stuck in my head and decided that the way I would fix that was just like singing the same song to myself over and over. And that song was These Eyes by the Guess Who.
Okay. And
for some reason, I still kind of have it where if a song gets stuck in my head, I'll think of that song. And then I've got These Eyes. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I had with you. And just like bum, bum. Yeah. So now
that's good.
If you ever think that to yourself when you have a song stuck in your head, you will be stuck in These Eyes hell for the next like however long. So yeah, I do have These Eyes stuck in my head. Right? Yeah. Well, I picked the wrong one because 15 years on, and it's just like I want to gouge these eyes out of this head.
Amazing.
I'll get tunes stuck in my head for a while, but I like to make up my own lyrics or also replace the words with just meows. And then so I'm like, I'll get a tune stuck in my head, but then I'll like cover it multiple times with different sets of lyrics, and then eventually it will just fade out of my head and then it'll be replaced with something else. But there's a tune in my brain most of the time. Just whatever it is constantly kind of changing, making it my own.
Did you like Meow the Jewels, like the Run the Jewels album that was all kiddie keyboards?
It's a little much.
It is a little much. It's not on my regular rotation, but
I really wanted to get that vinyl because it had a fur cover.
Ooh.
It a fur really cover?
Nice. And I'm a huge Run the Jewels
I hope it was made of real cats.
Jesus Christ.
Still meowing.
Taking it real dark over there.
You know, man, it's Speaking like sometimes when I'm holding my cat, it's just that little fur bag is the softest thing in the world, and I wish I had outfits.
You sit there going, cats, I wish you were my album cover. I would skin you right now if I had the expertise.
Yeah, or just like the inside of gloves. I don't know.
Well, cut the mic.
Love you, Jake.
The cat just left the room, just jumped up, you're at the door handle, like just
For the listener, yeah, the
scratching
cat
at the
is
door.
looking dejected as hell right now.
Jeez.
James, what repeats in your brain besides everything?
Oh, it's really just the Pokemon battle music. Every now and again, I'll get something stuck in there, but I can shake it loose pretty quickly. I don't enjoy that feeling, so I just stop thinking about it. I just decide that I'm done with that shit, and I'm done with that shit.
That is what we call an internal luxury, I think.
Yeah, I got quite a few of those.
Some real Zen master shit going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon battle music, let's do this.
Remember the first time I had a conversation with James about like he overheard me talking to myself walking around like we're between recordings or something. He's like, "What were you talking?" I was like, "Was I talking? I didn't know I was talking." And we realized it's like James doesn't have an internal monologue going on, and I have a very rampant one. I was like, "Wait, what?"
I do sometimes, but it's so fast and it's hard to keep track of.
Sure. Too good. But yeah, speaking of cyclical things, let's do more combat. Because that's all you know in this fucking dungeon is combat.
Speaking of being trapped in an endless cycle of shitty segues.
Speaking of the shit currently in Harold's trousers, let's roll initiative.
It's on his hands, too.
-2 for Harold.
He cleaned up. We specifically role played Harold taking off his pants and scrubbing them down. If it didn't get in the last episode, the editors cut that shit.
Harold's stonewashed jeans is a Patreon exclusive.
The detail was immense.
Fuck you guys.
That's what you get for letting Tulok die.
That's rough.
You could say your new character is a herald of worse things.
Oh.
Nick, what'd you get for initiative?
We're doing initiative?
Oh yeah, we're going in hot. You don't know what this is, I know, but I think everyone else does.
Yeah.
So.
27.
Real glad we opened this door for fucking nothing. The lovely minerals. I got a 29. Such good rocks in here. Real good rocks in here.
Spears are real good against rocks, right?
Harold, what'd you get?
32, baby.
And Ruff?
29.
29. Okay, that ties you with a lump. Who wants to go first?
We'll sort it out when we get there.
Okay. Beginning of combat. Harold, the top of the round. You swear you just saw this stalagmite blink at you.
Show me it on the map.
It's right about here, and it's quite large.
Well, I'd like to target it.
Did my motion sense detect that?
I suppose so.
May I have a token so I can target it?
Oh, would you?
With
okay, fine. I'll reveal it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Harold will use his first action to exploit vulnerability on this biatch. That is a 22. Woof street. That's a natural 1.
Oh, natural 1, critical failure. You couldn't remember the right object to use and became distracted while you rummaged through your esoterica. You are now off guard until the beginning of your next turn.
Oh, bummer.
That fucking
Awful.
sucks. You got 2 reactions. What do you got?
By the way, the vulnerability is probably the eye.
Now,
Could be the teeth.
way to put it on the nose.
can I roll that again?
You have a hero point?
It's an action,
No,
yeah.
like can I just use the action again?
Oh,
Because it doesn't have like flare or anything like that.
flourish. No, yeah, you can do it
Flourish.
again. I think, as far as I know, yeah.
It does say once per round. Frequency once per round.
Does it?
Exploit vulnerability, yeah.
Okay, no worries. Harold is going to roll esoteric lore on this creature for a 32.
32. Yep, you know that this is a roper. You were thinking about piercers when you walked in. This is the sort of progenitor? The one that comes after?
Progenitor.
Progeny.
Yeah. Whatever Piercers turn into, it is Ropers.
It's the evolution.
They're both really good at hiding in plain sight via stalagmites and stalactites. And this one in particular is the larger, more dangerous version. You know its lowest save is reflex. What else would you like to know?
I'm going to go special abilities again because I'm hoping that next turn I'll be able to get the weaknesses.
This thing has very, very long, sticky strands that it will shoot at you and pull you in with.
Bitch.
Not unlike the Froghemoth.
All right. And then with his last action, Harold will enact his tattoos to cast shield upon himself. So a wooden and hide magic shield comes out of his arm, and he prepares for combat.
Cool. I dig it. Shield on you. Done. Ruff, you're up. What are you thinking?
I'm gonna run up and trip it. Is the only thing I have. Like intimidate.
Oh, Ruff and
trip.
Lump.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
So if you'd like
Go
off
first.
guard and maybe a frighten in there, I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
I could actually
Okay.
use the room.
I am going to go ahead and stride forward 15 feet.
Okay, you will take a reactive lash
Okie doke.
as a strand reaches out and hits you for a 39.
That'll hit, but not crit.
It does not do any damage, but immediately enfeebles you and grabs you.
Okie doke. So I can still move. Am I immobilized?
You are not immobilized. But you are grabbed.
I am grabbed. You're held in place by another creature, giving you the off guard and immobilized conditions.
Okay. So yeah, the moment you started striding and made your way next to Harold, you became grabbed and immobilized.
Okay. Fuck you for that. Gonna go ahead and demoralize with a glare. That is a 35. Our eyes meet with the.
Okay, describe to me how.
Our eyes
Your
meet,
eye-
and like as the tentacle like wraps around Lump's neck, they just do the fucking really hard grimace, and like their neck just pops up against the tentacle, and they feel like, oh god, this is gonna be bad.
I love this because, like, basically Harold does his thing, and then you start running in, and out of nowhere, because you don't see these tendrils, these strands yet. You just see a stalagmite, and then you're running forward, and one of them just like out of like nowhere, out of like a complete camouflage, it whips out and like latches onto you, and you see this eye open up, and you just lock eyes with it. Or lock eye with it. There's
Lock
a pair
eye with it.
between you.
Yep.
Lock
There's
eye.
basically one pair between you, and you're like, "Fuck you."
And then the
And it
arm
becomes frightened one.
slurps out.
And they fall in love.
In a different life, we could have been brothers. But no, arm will slurp out into a whip, and gonna go ahead and trip this asshole. That is 28 to trip with the enfeebled.
That is a success. Although my headcanon struggles to imagine how this thing actually looks when it's prone, because it's got a really wide base.
I just
Just
whip
a traffic
around.
cone on
I
the
just
side.
whip around its horn coming off the top and just slam it down into the
Pull it
ground.
down, yeah. I love it. Oh my god! You know what? You can have a hero point for that, because I really couldn't imagine it. And then you're like, "I'm basically gonna hit the top of that Christmas tree and pull it down."
Yep.
That cracks me up. It is prone. Very good. Anything else?
That is stride, interrupted, intimidate, and trip.
Nice. Okay, rough. Now you're up. Some shit's going down in the end of the cavern.
Yeah. Okay, so he will stride 10 feet. He doesn't have a clean shot, I guess, eh?
No.
Okay, he'll start with 2-action phase bolt then.
Okay. Played it safe in the back.
It's a 24 to hit.
It's a miss.
Okay.
Even
Did his
while
best.
prone and frightened. Okay, and that's your turn. Stride up. Attempt to phase
Yep,
bolt.
2-action
no
phase
dice. Wait, what's a phase bolt? It ignores. It just basically just ignores concealment
And cover.
right? Okay.
Yeah, it reduces cover by 1. Yeah.
Okay. This thing is now going to.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. It suddenly bursts out in strands, just like there's like a total of 6 of them, 1 attached to the lump right now, 5 more just like plop out and start writhing around, and then they all launch forward at all of you. And I'm gonna roll a strand attack against Harold. That's a 31 to hit.
Hit.
Nick, 26 to hit.
That will miss. I'm going to use dodge away as a reaction that will allow me to take a step down to here.
Ooh, okay, you're stepping forward.
Yep.
Can you step?
10 feet?
10 feet because I am a master in acrobatics.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amazing.
Sick.
Amazing. So you step in front of Lump from the back. And then 1 more launches out to Ruff with a 32.
DC 5 flat check, please. I am concealed.
Oh, DC 5 flat check from the Misform Elixir. Oh, I rolled on 1.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, so Harold, you're enfeebled and grabbed. Ruff and Nick are okay. So that was 2 actions, and then we're going to get a sweet. Let's see here. Oh, Nick did jump into range technically, although it's tight. Will attempt as you step in, a very desperate Jaws attack for a 24 to hit. Yeah.
It does not.
Yeah, no dice. Okay, that's up to you now, Nick. What do you got? You've managed to step your way into battle, you cheeky fuck.
Yeah, well, that last thing that you said gives me pause of stepping into range, because the plan was going to be to try to reposition him north a little bit to get in back for a flank.
Already off guard.
But that was assuming that we were all kind of in range of all of his attacks. I don't want to move the thing closer to the teammates. So I think first off, I'm just going to go for an intimidating strike. 27 to hit.
That hits.
Heck yeah.
So it actually does meet the beat because the frightened should have come down after its turn, but 27 is its AC, so you're gonna reapply it here.
Okay, with 17 piercing.
Okay.
And okay, just give me 1 second. I got to bring this back up because my combat flexibility.
Shatter defenses.
Shatter defenses. Yes, thank you.
This rings a bell. Yeah.
Your offense exploits your enemy's fear. Make a melee strike against a frightened creature. You hit and deal damage. The target becomes off guard until its frightened condition ends. If the target was already off guard to you when you damaged it with the strike, it can't reduce its frightened value below 1 until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to make a melee strike with a map -5.
Okay.
Ooh, 25 to hit.
25 frightened and off guard still does not hit.
Okay, well, that's a turn.
Okay. Still fun. Good times. Harold.
Okay.
You're enfeebled and grabbed.
I am going to roll an unarmed attack in an attempt to escape.
Okie dokie. Unarmed's your best out of the acrobatics and athletics options?
Yes. 27.
That is a success.
Okay, and I should be no longer...
Wait, hold on. Is it? No. Sorry, hold on. 27 against my athletics DC, right?
Correct.
No, that's a fail.
Okay. There's a very middling roll. Now, I'm going to attempt to roll that again, but I'm going to use athletics this time. And since I have slippery prey, the penalty is only -4.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Damn it. So that's a 19.
No.
Harold will now... Fuck it. I'm just going to try to exploit vulnerability now.
Okay.
Fuck. 26. It's a 5 on the die. Son of a bitch.
You just see the build up in your face. Like,
We're getting a little frustrated over here.
Yeah.
That's okay. That is my turn.
so you fail to recall, and that is that, eh? You can exploit the creature's personal antithesis still, if you want. Which you've done?
Sorry?
Even on a failure, you can exploit only
Oh,
the
right.
personal
Sorry, I was so used to that crit failure that I got last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. got real used to it. So yeah, you can at least exploit that, so that maybe that'll help you in the next round of this.
Also, but the thing that changes is now it is when I exploit vulnerability, whatever my target is, other things stack on that. So at least now I can stack up. Like I couldn't use my implements before, but now I can use my implements.
Right. Sure. So it's a positive all around. What I will point out real quick too is I'm going to give you a little freebie here in a way. You notice that as you're trying to escape this sticky strand from this creature, you realize it's quite sturdy and quite, it holds real good. But it is also thick enough and available enough to absolutely attack. You get the feeling that it's got an AC and some health points. You can cut that thing if you want to.
Copy that. I tell people that, and that's
If
my
you
turn.
do enough damage, yeah. Lump, you're up.
Lump is going to delay since it didn't stand up and try to manipulate the initiative to better set up Nick after its turn. So Lump is just going to hold still. Hang on 1 second. Ruff, if you want to go, you can, or you can wait after me, and we'll weather the storm of blows and then take it down as one. And I'll delay.
Ruff, run over my body. Wait,
Step
now's
on
your
me.
chance.
Daddy.
I swear I'm not
No,
difficult terrain
puppy.
anymore.
Ruff
All right,
can't,
Ruff.
actually. He needs all 3 actions. So the first is going to be cast Sure Strike. And second and third will be to cast Blinding Foam again.
Nice.
Oh, blinding foam, the bastard blinding
Hey,
foam.
you see an eye?
First one's a 25. Second one's a 26.
Hero pointed?
No, sure strike.
No, Sure Strike.
Oh, sure strike. Sorry. 26 hits. Whilst still frightened and prone. So-
All right, that's 31 acid,
Whoa.
1d6
wow.
persistent, and you are blinded for the duration.
I love that spell.
my God.
Yeah, big fan.
God. What a spell that is. Okay.
It's a 2nd level and a 5th level spell right there. Just gone.
Okay. Bam, bam. Okay, it is the Roper's turn. Who will now pull the strands of those it has attached. And will drag its targets inward. Actually, hold on. I got to roll an athletics check. Hold on. River rolls a single athletics check and compares the result to each immobilized creature's fortitude DC. Okay. So I'm going to roll one athletics check against both of your fort DCs. 36.
That is a critical success. Oh no, sorry,
Harold?
that's just a success.
Fort DC?
10.
Fort DC, that is a. You said 26?
36.
36, sorry, that is a critical success.
Okay. I mean, lucky for you, the critical success doesn't really mean anything. But you are definitely pulled into the reach of this creature, and at which point it is going to randomly try and bite one of you. Let's see which one it's going to be. It'll be Harold, and I guess I have to roll concealment.
You could spend actions to get rid of the foam.
Oh, can I?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 3
it's been-
actions total.
3 actions. Oh,
Yep.
3 interact actions, but they can be separate.
Yep.
What a fucking spell. That noise. From now on, all of my creatures fight blind.
All of my creatures are immune to acid.
It's ridiculous.
They don't move.
Now, this thing is literally writhing in pain from the acid you just splashed all over its body and in its eye, and it just pulls in like a desperate attempt. And it pulls in quickly, but I will go ahead and say that it uses one action to try and get the foam away with some of its free strands, like wiping it off itself. So that'll be its turn. Nick, you're up.
So wait,
persistent.
real quick. Sorry. So one action to pull in, and then 2 actions to swipe, or one action to swing?
No, 2 actions to pull in, 1 action.
Oh,
to
okay.
swipe. Yeah. Persistent 5 persistent damage. Recovery check. Successful.
Okay, so the blind falls off as well, then.
Okay, so I wasted an action. Definitely wasted an action, but the blindness is now gone. That's a good spell. That's a great spell.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you got?
It's really well balanced, yeah.
It's cool.
Okay, Nick's gonna try that intimidating strike again. Let's see what we can do.
Oh yeah, this frighten should come off. Does the frighten? Wait, the frighten doesn't come off so long as I'm off guard, right?
We'll save for fearsome.
Hold on.
Room?
No, but wasn't the shattered defenses thing said something about like
Missed. Didn't
as
hit.
long
missed.
as
Yeah,
long
I
as it missed. Okay. Is someone have a frightened rune?
Fearsome room. Yeah.
Fearsome rune?
Nick on the armor.
Oh yeah, dread.
Dread. Sorry.
The dread. Oh, the dread. The dread. What's that? A will save?
Yep.
I think it's just DC 20.
Fucking natural 1. Natural
Oh,
fucking
nice.
1.
Still
frightened. God damn it. Oh, one day I'm gonna kill Nick. I'm just gonna murder that guy.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, what do you got? Fuck me
Okay,
up,
well,
man.
I guess I'm just
I'm
gonna
sick of living.
swinging away for. Oh shit! And that 20.
Yeah, baby.
Can't wait to see the stats on this session.
This is outrageous. Okay, crit damage me. So I can-
Okay, so only 20 piercing, but you know
yeah.
the old
Oh,
immobilize.
you rolled 2 natural ones in your damage.
Yeah.
Minimum damage. But I'm now clumsy and immobilized and fucking prone and fucking frightened.
And because you're afraid, I'm gonna try to shatter your goddamn defenses. 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so now you're going to be off guard until the frightened ends, and I've got the dread.
I'm off guard while I'm prone anyway, so it's ridiculous. Roll me some damage.
Further 11.
Okay.
I guess.
Fucking send that advantageous, bro.
Yeah, I get it.
With these conditions, like, just go.
I suppose, yeah. 25.
Oh, it's a miss. Oh, no. Harold, you're up. Round 3.
Okay. Harold pulls out the mirror from his waistband, made of the black lava rock, and will create a second version of himself just right behind himself. So this will be not grabbed or immobilized or anything like that, creating a second version, but then will step forward into the space that he once occupied, but basically because he's stepping into that space, the first Herald will disappear.
Oh,
Sick.
my God.
And so that's going to be 2 actions.
That's some real
James-
anime
James,
shit.
James,
That's-
insert standing ovation sound effects.
Yeah, that's
right
Jesus.
here.
where's
That's-
Scott's backhanded compliment for learning to play the game? Like, holy shit, that was
That's,
fucking
I was,
outstanding.
because I don't deserve it, I was told to play to do that by James. He was like, "Don't forget your mirror."
Oh my God. And yeah, it's that there's nothing, just double checking here. There's nothing that says that your images share status effects.
Sorry, what?
Like when you duplicate yourself, do they share status effects? Status effects apply to them, whether it's retroactive or new. That's the thing. That's the thing that's under the magnifying glass right now.
Your mirror self mimics your actions exactly.
Anything that targets or would affect your reflection affects you and uses your stats.
Anything that targets or would affect your reflection affects you and use your statistics. Something that would target or affect both of your effects only once.
It's up to you, boss.
How would that work if you were like 20 feet away, though? Because what's the range on your mirror thing? Is that
15.
determined by the roper's ability?
So we did this last episode as well, where the specific overrules the general, and I think that's where I'm going to go for. And it says that anything that targets or would affect your reflection, which is what you just created, nothing has targeted or affected it yet. You would share, and it would share your statistics. It does share your statistics. So I think basically, in essence, it sort of has the enfeebled and drained conditions, very much so, but it hasn't been targeted or affected by anything since you've created it. So I'm allowing it. I'm allowing you to just fucking willy-nilly through this. Just create a reflection and then break the reflection, choosing to do new space and running forward. You are still drained for sure, because that was from the previous combat. And let me just double check the enfeebled. Anyone hit by the roper strand is enfeebled and grabbed. Each additional hit from a strand in enfeebled increases, and the enfeebled decreases once every 8 hours. So you will still be enfeebled, but you are not grabbed, and you are free to go.
And I still have heroism.
And you still have heroism, of course.
Hell yeah, baby.
So is the ruling physical effects will be nullified, but like I don't want to say non-physical, but like diseases, poisons, things that affect them internally.
Like, yeah, you don't get to just like remove conditions that are sort of like passive on you, but like the strand was attached to one thing, something else appeared, and then when you move, the one thing that was a grab disappears. So the grab is gone. Yeah, but like,
So like
the
a
drain is
teleport,
still there. You don't
essentially.
get to just like quickly shake off any disease you want. That would be so OP.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
things affecting them externally for the
Yeah.
for the most part are
Sure. Yeah.
like
That
like a
being
teleport,
said,
essentially.
Cam did make a good point, and does any of this trigger an attack of opportunity or reactor strike?
It does have manipulate trait, so there needs to be a DC 5 flat check to do the mirror trick. I don't know the conditions for the reactive strike or whatever for this creature.
Right.
But unless it's a
So-
move action, manipulate shouldn't interact with
Such
that.
a clever move, but it's I also hate how it's bogged down everything. I'm going to move you back to where you were. You've used this action, Scott, so you need to roll a flat check because it's manipulate and you are grabbed. So roll me that first.
Natural 20.
Okay, you good. And then you create your reflection where?
Right where my basically the 5 feet north of where I was.
5 feet north of where you were.
Yeah.
There. Okay, and then you move from there
Step forward.
towards the creature,
Yep.
because that would mean you basically have. Hold on. You have.
Yeah, Harold was originally here when drawn by the strands. 5 foot
Oh, right,
moved
okay,
mirror,
gotcha.
and then 5 foot
Yeah.
stepped back into range.
Which replaces
Yep.
OG
Okay,
Harold.
I moved Harold. I shouldn't have. And it was a step. Therefore, everything is okay.
It's complicated.
Let's back up.
Just delete thaumaturge.
My bad.
It's a receding herald line.
It's my conspiracy theory.
Harold's got a great head of hair.
Okay, Harold. That was 2 actions. What else you got?
And
That took forever.
I
and
rolled.
loved it.
I already rolled a melee strike with the cleaver, but it kind of got drowned out in that. I'll roll it again if you want, but
No, go ahead. What do you get?
it was a natural 19 for a 37 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a crit. That's a crit in the current circumstances.
Yeah, baby. So that is going to be 42 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
And
Plus,
don't forget that persistent
2d6
bleed, baby.
From the crit.
Yeah. You can get blood from a stone.
Yeah. And you have also exploited its vulnerability, so it's another 6 damage on top of that.
I'm going to go ahead and
Wow.
step back into this initiative order real quick.
Oh, will you? Oh, yeah, how
if you
convenient.
don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead and give me a will save as I cast Horrifying Blood Loss on this creature.
That's a manipulate trait spell or no?
Real quick, I'm sorry, I'm doing this out of order because I got too excited. I'm going to slip the grasp first so that I do not have to bother with making those checks for the DC
Those
5 flat
pesky
check.
little.
I just don't want to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to do it.
Okay.
So that's a 23. Get to roll again. And that is a 25. I cannot roll for shit. But
That's versus my athletics DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
No dice.
No close. Okay, I'll just go ahead and roll that DC 5 flat check. That's a natural 20, of course. Love it.
Love 2 nat 20s on flat checks. This combat. Lovely.
You know what? That's fine. Go ahead and give me the will save for the horrifying blood loss.
Okay. We'll save. Did I? Oh, I did roll it here. What's a natural 1?
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and be frightened 3 now.
Oh, that's real
Come
scary.
on.
Yeah, sorry.
You're gonna be off guard for a while.
You're gonna,
Come on.
don't forget the shatter defenses means that your frightened condition can't drop while he keeps hitting you with it too. And last action, I'll just go ahead and raise shield. Just chuckling behind the shield.
Single target monsters is what
Yes.
you are. It's insane. Okay, and raising shield. Ruff, you're up.
Ruff will take a 5-foot step, so he's got a clean line, and 2 action Ray of Frost.
Okay,
It's 21 to hit.
to miss.
Just keep rolling those 4s and 5s. That's Ruff's turn.
I'll tell you what. Because of that very clever idea that Harold had, but then Scott also admitted that it was James's idea. I can give a hero point, but Scott, you can give it to James right now if you want.
It's a cantrip. I'm not going to hero point a cantrip.
Just saying.
James can have it anyways.
He can keep it. It's his character. He did the actions. He didn't have to take the advice.
All right.
You take it or leave it, James.
James, have it.
Yeah,
James,
I'll leave
have it.
But that's Ruff's turn. Okay, I'll take it. Fine. Jesus, I'm still not using it for a
Mad
cantrip.
Take it,
Max
you
spikes on
like it.
Scott. Okay, that's it then. Taking it, but not using it.
No,
That's you. Okay.
it's not worth it.
Holy shit. Okay, this creature is going to.
Just stand up, buddy.
It's fucking useless. It's just fucking useless. Isn't
Just
it?
go ahead and stand up. Don't die on your knees about it.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, it's blind. So I think
It's
yeah,
not
I'm gonna go
blind.
ahead and
It's
make
not
it-
blind. It's not blind.
It's not blind. Oh, the blind is gone. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forgot about that. I still have it on here. Need to get rid of it. There we go. It's not blind, but it is prone. So it is going to desperately try and right itself into a
Wacky wavy
upper
inflatable.
position.
32 to hit.
Yeah, 32 hits,
15 piercing.
Go back down.
15 piercing. I believe it's Clum. Oh, it's still immobilized, isn't it? Yeah. 15 damage, and it is going to try and bite someone here.
I'm sorry, Freeman. To stand up, you needed
Yeah.
to do your first action to break the immobilized.
Oh yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. You're right. Let's go with.
You stay down.
Oh yeah. 36 against that.
Yep.
So now it will try and bite. Let's go for lump. Why not? It's a 30 to hit.
Is that with the -5?
Sure is.
Okay, that is a hit.
26 piercing. Not that it matters.
I'm gonna go ahead and shield block.
Okay. Like I said, not like it matters. And that brings us to Nick. Oh, I'm going to take some bleed damage. Let's see. 6 bleed. Recovery check. Failed. Life sucks.
And then you die.
And then you die. Oh, wow. Another nat 20.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I like this.
Sweet baby
I've had
Ray.
so many nat ones. I've had so many nat ones. What's going on here?
32 piercing and all the rest of it.
Okay. God damn it. Oh, he still has the. Oh, no, immobilized goes back on. And then clumsy's still there.
Danger, don't come
Nobody
into
cares
this
anymore.
room.
Yeah.
Oh, that was to warn them to. It's so that we didn't. It was a reverse trap, so we didn't come in here to kill it. I get
It
it.
was
now.
actually painted with 5 tentacles from this very scared monster.
Please don't come in here.
Harold, what do you got?
Well, that
do
was
you have
only
more?
one attack.
More oh my god! I'm so
20.
ready to move on. It's insane.
Advantageous assault.
24 into 30.
24 versus 30 hits.
16 piercing.
16 piercing. Okay.
No, this thing has a lot of health.
Now, Harold, what do you got?
Harold will strike out again. Natural 1.
Oh,
Finally, somebody
Striking out
else.
with the map. So a 33 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
19 points of damage.
Describe your kill.
hey.
So Harold is just standing over this thing, just going blow for blow with his allies, and he just comes down and just right in its fucking eye as it's laying on the ground, worming about with all its arms. The cleaver just slices right through it. The thing is fucking sharp, baby.
Yeah, slices through the rocky body of this crazy beast. And it just starts to fucking flail, and it releases lump, and just the strands kind of like twitch like maniacally and like really unnervingly. Yeah, everything just starts slowly droops to the ground. This thing is practically like just falling in 2 pieces now as you split it in half. And as you destroy this thing, and there's like, you know, there's just like it's kind of like squealing and making all this noise. When all of that dies down, you're just left with the drip, 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 and the heavy breathing of your party as the water that above still manages to seep through the cracks of the earth into this cave, forming more and more of these formations of stalactites and stalagmites. And you take a quick moment maybe to like look around the room, and Nick, you get this weird kind of vibe in the wall next to you. You look
Love a weird
over
vibe.
and you see this huge eye open in the wall.
Oh, shit.
And suddenly the wall starts to like shift, and a huge portion of it just like moves out towards you, almost like not quite like not forcing you back, but you immediately instinctually just like step back as this massive reptilian face comes out of the wall, and the whole place starts to shake. Like there's like this like tremor happening in the whole room, in all of the vaults almost, and the face of this creature just reaches into the room.
Oh,
What the
shit. Hubris.
I remain confident,
Awesome.
cocky. Those other guys that got smite by the gods, they're not me. I'm built different. Oh, God.
And this huge face of a rocky dragon just reaches out towards you. It gives you like a sniff, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex from fucking Jurassic Park.
Oh, shit.
Just this like release from its nostrils, and you just hear this booming draconic voice. Who
And Nick.
in the language Draconic.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Nick probably being the only one here that knows Draconic, I'd imagine.
I think so.
Yeah. And feeling no longer too big for his britches. In fact, very small in his britches.
Britches are
He is
filled.
drowning in britches right now. Steps up. The humble servants of the great Adamantite. It is a pleasure to meet you. And we mean we mean no harm. And he would like to make an impression if he could.
Sure.
That's a bad diplomacy with 22.
Your stumbling, jittering response is reflected in the rolls.
6 on the die.
It could be indeed, James. It doesn't. This creature doesn't seem to even acknowledge your stumbling response. Just seems to like writhe in a way to just like kind of look at you and take in what you are. And it casts an eye to the left and to the right to see the other people here and the dead creature on the ground.
You prove quite strong, little dragon kind.
Well, I can only endeavor to be as strong as you, great one. But yes, my powers are growing by the day.
What brings a small creature like you to this land? What of you and your kind? Why are you here?
We are here to bring peace to this place. There's been evil toiling through Belcora Haravax and the machinations that she's set to work here in the vaults. We wish only for peace to come to this land, and perhaps you can help us. We came into this room because there was a sign saying there was danger behind the door. Are you the danger that they were speaking of?
How is everyone else responding to the situation right now? This massive dragon head's coming out of the wall and is suddenly having a conversation with Nick. You could probably tell Nick is stumbling because you understand his like cadence and mannerisms. But like, how is everyone else reacting to this like conversation that no one can understand?
I think that Lump, just with the sheer size and strength of this creature, just gets kind of pushed up into the wall and is just really trying to breathe right now as it kind of just like just effortlessly holds Lump up against the wall while having this conversation, and Lump's just like
I like the idea that you're the one creature it hasn't noticed yet.
Yeah,
because
just
you've
gets
been
stepped
pinned
up,
by
yeah.
like one of its like big like parts of its head.
yeah. And so Lump is just like keeping an eye on Nick and just like nodding encouragingly. Please.
Yeah.
Nick just like coughs up a rock from his kobold breath.
Just pebbles sprinkling the ground as you talk. Ruff, Harold?
Harold's just standing at the ready, gripping the cleaver in his hand, but ready, but not trying to look like he would attack.
I imagine Harold has some passing familiarity with how dangerous dragons can be, given his monster hunting times. I don't know if you've encountered them before or not, but you probably have heard many a story. What about Ruff?
He is just happy that there's a conversation going on because he knows how quickly things could have just got out of hand.
And Ruff?
I think his first reaction was pure shock and fear, but after the conversation started, he would lower his weapon, but still keep it in his hand, and do his best to stand, straight, back tall, not making eye contact with the dragon, but standing close to Nick, just in case something happens.
The dragon responds to Nick.
I am familiar with the rumblings of this place. and the goings on of this supposed evil you speak of. Why do you seek to destroy it? What has brought your power here?
My power? Well, there are other like me. We are trying to build a community here, and these rumblings, they seek to destroy it. They just seek to destroy everything. How long have you been slumbering here?
I have been here for a great deal of time. I have heard the whisperings and rumors of the dissemination of the dragon kind into lesser beings. You show that lesser is far from the truth, and I can sense the earthen adamantine within you.
Oh, well, lesser in comparison to you, no doubt, but of course we kobolds are closer to dragonkind than all others, so it is with that in mind that we would like to share that gospel, spread the power of the dragons throughout the land. And perhaps you could provide some guidance, some help in that regard. We wish only to serve your kind, to serve our masters, which are the dragons.
Roll me a diplomacy.
21. 5 on the die.
Damn it.
This thing cocks its head in this big slow motion and just says,
Do not ingratiate yourself too far, young dragon. This is not the place to bend the knee. My power above you is obvious to you, to me, and to your companions. I need not your praise. I am above and beyond. But your goals, your wishes, mayhaps align with mine. I would see this land under my rule, and you are a perfect disciple, the perfect scion, dare I say, avatar, to make such a thing true.
Nick feeling a little bit enticed by that kind of offer, and probably thinking about, the darkness that seems a little bit inherent in that.
mm-hmm. Yeah. doesn't sound like he's a good guy, per se.
What would you have of us?
You will find my lair below. Bring your people to me, and we will discuss the future of the adamantine dragonkin.
And while we travel here in the vaults,
I will keep a watchful eye upon you all.
I feel we have an agreement of sorts. I look forward to our arrangement. And he just kind of gives a nod to the others.
And this head just like picks up kind of high, and you can see like it's not like melded into stone, it's clearly burrows through it. And so there's like crumbling stones like coming down over its like neck and like what little of you can see of its shoulders as it moves around, and it sort of just does this like sort of head wave and this like huff out of its mouth and its nostrils. It just like fills the room, kind of blows your if you have it, and has any capes or whatever, it just blows them around, and then it turns its head to the right a bit, but it seems to be stuck as it like just pins Lump harder to the wall. And so, so then it awkwardly turns it to the left instead, and just like you can see it just burrow back into the hard stone, and the stone just like crumbles down and forms an impassable wall as the dragon disappears.
And that rush of air is what Nick is going to use to disguise this big exhalation. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was so fucking tight.
Just turns to the others and recounts it all, but does not let them know about the kind of offer. Yeah.
Ooh.
Is it-
What does he recount then?
So I guess
Let's keep it tight here.
Turn to the others like,
Is that your dad?
Doubtful. He doesn't smell like cigarettes.
He came back.
He came back.
Well, I'd say not much gain, not much lost in this bargain, but we,
You struck a bargain.
not as such. We had a conversation. We will
Okay, I've made one of those before.
not face harm from the dragon, as far as I can tell. They are, they speak cryptically at times, but I feel we will face no harm, and we may in fact have some manner of protection if we stick to our task.
So when you say protection, does that mostly mean the dragon won't come and eat us?
I would say not being eaten right now is as much protection as we can hope for.
No. I'm perfectly fine accepting that deal.
That feels like enough. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. The fact that something that large can just come through a wall, I've only seen that in the sands of Arrakis, and just no, please no. But yeah, no, seriously, like that would be absolutely terrifying to be down here, and that thing is just running around, like,
yeah,
that just comes through a wall. Sup, like,
Yeah.
the fuck do you mean? Like,
For real, yeah.
that's not okay. That's not okay at all.
that really was nerve wracking on how fucking scary that dragon looked.
Yeah,
That thing.
It's just like, I feel very safe in this stone walled enclosure. Oh nope, there's a giant eyeball that just came through the side.
Yeah.
Cool.
No big deal.
No big deal. No.
See, the funny thing is, I got prompted for a reactive strike as soon as the dragon
Yeah.
showed up. Hilarious. If I was just like, stab the eye right away.
Kill him with fire.
Maybe it would have been into that.
The worst part is this thing can just come through the wall, breathe a bunch of like dragon's breath at you, then just go back through the
And then
wall.
just
Like,
fuck
fuck
off
you,
on the
and then
wall.
just
Yeah,
recharge.
literally,
Bam.
yeah. You do not want to fight this thing in this environment.
Not here,
under
no.
any circumstances.
No, please.
Yeah.
Not ever,
Yeah.
dude.
Not ever.
Is there? Do they have rock breath? Is that?
Yeah,
they
It's
just
called,
spit
it's called
pebbles?
avalanche breath. Yeah. This is like,
Okay.
in case
So,
it
like,
wasn't
these are
obvious, this is an
essentially just
adamantine
old
dragon.
chickens.
Yeah. And it just shoots a cone
Old
of boulders. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a gizzard full of rocks.
Next kobold breath. He's given it a couple times, I think.
Yeah, he's done it
Not-
before.
Not
Yeah,
very
shoots
good.
rocks.
So does your dialect of Draconic sound like clucking?
It sounds like a gravel crusher.
Oh damn!
Oh, yeah. All right.
A gravel crusher crushing a chicken.
We all know that sound. Yeah.
We know that. Yeah,
It's
we're
really
all the way.
familiar with that and the sound of us skinning a cat.
Yikes! Scott,
Not jumping on that one.
Scott, show us your cat. Show us your. You stepped away from the mic. Show us the cat.
The cat's fine. Well, little man, you seem to be full of surprises. Very interesting that creature reached out to treat with you, but I'm happy for it. Do you trust it?
Well, of course. Those dragons are the exemplars of everything a kobold hopes to be. So, if that dragon came to us and gave us words that we could believe, words that I could understand. I trust it.
I suppose if it wanted to, we'd already be dead.
Easily.
Well, I'm following you then, little kobold, when we decide to go down and treat with it again.
I feel like the decision may be more on it than us.
You got a lot of surprises behind you. At first, I just thought you were another member of the party, but there's more to you than I know. And I'm excited to see what happens with you in this story.
And you. I guess it's on all of us to be the heroes of Otari.
I think I'm getting to the end of my story, son. I'm old. I'm at the end of my time.
Yeah, you were barely twitching in the mud over there.
But things are just getting started for you, young kobold. And Harold gives him a smirk. Smile.
Lump looks around to see if anybody's injured after fighting this creature. Notices that they're the only one that took even a single actual hit, and just chuckles.
And then a couple by the dragon.
Yeah, just like
Catching strays.
pushing Oregon's back into places where they belong.
Let me just quickly roll an accidental.
Go ahead.
Accidental jaws damage.
Okay.
36.
36. All right. Lump is just like, just like
regular.
puts a lung back up into their body, then sews it shut. Just,
Not as bad as I thought it was going to
That
be.
wasn't
but
a
it's still
crit.
real bad.
It wasn't a
that's
crit.
real. That thing is going to crit us probably 25 to 30% of the time.
If he can get past those DC
Oh, yeah.
5
I'm sorry.
flat
Did
checks
you
on
want me to roll an accidental, like, regular attack roll? I could do that too. Let's see.
Maybe a tail whip,
41.
maybe.
40 what? A 41?
41.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's a crit.
Ruff's unconscious and dying.
So, what do you do? I'll tell you right now, there's nothing else in this room. Don't bother searching for treasure.
I'm super glad we did the adventurer thing of exploring this room full of nothing but fucking death for
Full of nothing
minerals.
but amazing story moments.
Made a dragon friend.
Yeah, we treated
Yeah,
the dragon.
Sure. Yeah, we no offense, I just feel like we could have done that anywhere.
Should have got his number.
There are officially more dragons in this adventure path than there is in anything I've ever played with wizards.
I specifically chose this room because I wanted you to fight a one-eyed creature and then have the one eye of
Another
a
bigger
dragon
eye.
like open up in
Okay.
the wall. Yeah.
Nice.
I would have found another way if I had to, but yeah.
Ildaris, let's
Yep.
go there.
Going to
Yeah.
Eldaris.
Kim, did you say you wanted to rest another night?
I want to go back to town, get the Thundering Rune attached. We're about to go down another level. Like, everybody rest up, say our goodbyes, because, like, every time we go down a level, it has been just a mad dash for, like, 3 encounters in a row. Just, like, oh, hey, here's a bunch of children of Belcora and, like, a Chul and everything else. And so, like, I just want to be as prepared as we can. Sell off stuff, put in last minute orders for, any extra +2 weapons for whoever else. And like, cause we have all the teleporters, right? So it only takes us like,
Yeah.
10 minutes to get out of here. And then,
like an hour,
an hour to get home.
45
Yeah.
back to Otari.
yeah, so it's an hour to get home. Get the Thundering Rune attached for Nick or you. Like, somebody should have that, is all I'm saying. Is like, we should not be walking around with 500 gold piece runes sitting in our pockets when we can just go get them taken care of for an hour of
Yeah,
time.
sure. I'm fine by that. This is the first time I think in this game where I don't feel like we're in a rush because the town of Otari has specifically told us to just do our thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, we do.
And I'll tell you that rush that Tulok was feeling is not shared
Mhm.
by Harold.
No, yeah, he's not even feeling the pulse anymore.
Yeah. Harold does seem very like not just cavalier, like methodical. It's like you gotta go through
He's
the
a
motions
hunter.
to complete the task. This is kind of the vibe I get from Harold.
So yeah, because he's used to taking his time hunting, exactly like Cam was saying. Did Krucka have a returning throwing weapon?
Right, yeah, he had a returning light hammer.
If we go back to town, Harold would like that.
Take the returning the weapon, or take the rune and transfer it.
I mean, just the weapon is fine. Just, I think.
Yeah.
I just want to have that as because honestly, I like use that hand crossbow once, and I'm like, okay, well, my implement is in my other hand. It would just be nice to have the returning throwing weapon as my ranged weapon.
Yeah, the whole draw reload thing is a bit of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, it'll take a day to transfer a rune, but I don't know if it's a day per rune or a day total.
I mean,
I'm not transferring anything. I'm just using the hammer.
Just grab the hammer. We'll give.
Oh,
we'll
you're just gonna grab. Okay.
It's a +1 striking returning light hammer. Like, it's set up. It's ready to go. Yeah. I put it in the stash there if you want to grab it there, Scoot. So if you head back to town, you do have some things to sell. If someone wants to do the math on that. And then, because there's stuff in Duffy, there's bits of quartz still, clear topaz, semi-precious stones.
I'll do it.
There's, you have a jade bauble. You've got, the jade bauble is a consumable. You have the teapot, the pearl. If you want to buy things, let's do that. You do have the +1 striking short sword still as well in the new Taravari sword you just picked up, and the Duskwood shield. I don't think you plan to use. You could, if you're going to spend the day in town, you could transfer a +1 striking short sword runes to another weapon that's preferable. If someone has a backup, they want to, like a bow or something. Just throwing that out there. I'll allow it to be expedited through one day. Just get it over with.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come with a list next week of like scrolls and potions I think I want to buy, because I actually really like that Mistform elixir. I think I could use another one or two of those.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a good call.
All right.
But
So we'll call it homework.
Yeah,
that'll be off.
I'm going to skip another day on the calendar here, and we'll call it homework. We're going 24 hours ahead for rest and runes and shopping. But keep in mind that some things have to be ordered. So let me know if you want to order something. And that will remove all of the drained and enfeebled conditions. So go ahead and remove those from yourselves. And then after the day, or does anyone want to do anything in particular in Otari? Anyone want to go and visit any shops, talk to anyone, get updates, or you just want to like do your thing and go back?
Harold wants to buy a greater healing potion for Ruff.
Well, we can do all that off air.
Sure. Yeah, we do that. Yeah. Any general shopping. Let's talk. I want to talk role play options if you want to do any. Otherwise, are you just heading back?
We could go to Rin and figure out if going to the Drow is going to be a good idea or not.
Oh, yeah.
Ask her to read the stars.
Ruff will also recharge the die.
Recharge the die in the sun. Very good.
Nick will run off to the kobolds and try to get the ear of the. Like, they don't have ears, do they? Get the head hole of the adamant.
I think that Lump isn't necessarily down with Rin. I was just saying that would be a good opportunity for the spooky thaumaturge to hang out with the spooky lady.
Yeah.
I think Lump would probably do more help the kobolds with reaching tall things that they can't reach.
Yeah.
Plus just the mental image of them trying to crawl through the little caverns is fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do a thing with Rin, by all means. I do want to know what Nick does reveal to the kobolds and the adamant, the leader of the adamant.
So, both I and Nick are realizing now, didn't get that dragon's name. Probably should have done that.
The adamant?
The dragon?
Oh, you didn't get the dragon. Oh, sorry. You didn't get the dragon's name. No, you didn't.
No. So stupid, but that's a lot like me in real life.
The dragon also didn't ask your name. Like, kind of didn't give a shit. Just saw your power, right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he would
Nick
tell.
is a little overwhelmed.
He would tell the adamant everything. including that he saw some power in him and everything.
Mm-hmm. And anything about like the desire of this dragon and like what you intend to do with the kobold people here?
The desire of the dragon.
He asked you to bring your people to him in his lair.
Oh yeah, bring the people down. Right? Yes. Yeah, he's going to bring that information up.
So do you bring it to just the adamant? Or do you bring it to the entire kobold population? Okay.
Just the adamant in private.
And I'd say the adamant expresses a sense of excitement at the prospect after living underground.
Can I sense motive on that?
Sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ, 23. All my social skills rolls have been really low.
You basically get the vibe that the adamant is eager for not any opportunity, but such an obvious opportunity to give the stone scales a place again. Because they've come here from, like, there's a history in Absalom of the stone scales, right? And they're fractured from them. They've come back to like what they consider to be a homeland area in search of, exactly this sort of thing. So there's a sort of like reverent excitement of like, oh my God, you found a dragon? And they want to talk to us. Like, this is why we came here to begin with centuries ago. So there's just like the adamant gets really wrapped up in the idea really quickly. This is what Yarlape had failed on, if you recall, and that's why the stone scales were like sent underground. But one of the previous leaders, Kajin, really was like adamant that this would happen, and hence the role of the adamant. That you find the progenitor or the master of this land that reflects the strength of the stone scales, and just like immediately is like just anticipating the concept and your willingness to lead them, and wants to tell the others, and your response to that, the way you read it is basically it's maybe this kobold is not thinking about it too much. Has jumped down on it a bit too quickly. Unless you're excited too, maybe you're on the same train. You following me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's kind of seeing the excitement, and will make sure he takes a moment to say, "Adamant, I do want to note, I sensed some darkness in this request. I know not what will become of Otari. I know my loyalty will be to the stone scales, of course, and the dragons, but no harm can come to this town."
I would not dream of harm to this town. I simply dream of a place that is as solid as stone in this world. For you, for me, and for our people.
Of course, Edmund. As do we all.
It is an exciting prospect, if you'll forgive the term, to have this opportunity to reach back into the stone and find what might be the origin of the stone scales. To go back to our roots. To be what we always should have been.
When shall we go down to the lair?
I will prepare the stone scales in short time, but without causing too much excitement. You return to me when you know the way. We will be ready for you.
Of course. And then he, still a little trepidatiously, goes back to help the kobolds with whatever shit they're doing, cleaning up.
Lumpet's chasing after some broodlings, trying to get them to eat their soup.
We don't like dragon egg soup. That's like cannibalism.
It's chickens.
Dragon
chicken
eggs.
egg
They're
drop soup.
dragon eggs, and we know it.
No,
Egg drop
please.
soup. All right. Anyone else besides shopping?
I mean, I like the idea of going to Rin.
Sure. Do you want to go on your own as a group?
Ruff will go with.
Yeah, Ruff is
Give
good.
her fancy new teapot.
So Harold approaches the tent and parts the flap, allowing Ruff to enter,
Mm-hmm.
and then follows them in. Rin, are you in here?
She just like comes from another flap in the structure, like entering in with like a tray of cups and a hot teapot. I just like walks up to the table and sets it down.
It is good to see you, Harold. Ruff?
It has been some time. Have you kept well through all this?
I have done my best to keep my worry in check, though my sadness is ever present. The task must be done.
I understand, Rin, that the town has seen a lot of loss. I also understand that you were the one who put this whole process into motion. Started the investigation into the lighthouse. I always knew there was something not right about that place, but damned if I ever thought to go deep underneath it. So strange that we've been so close to this evil for so long.
It is a difficult thing, Harold, to know that you started something so destructive. But I take pride as I can in knowing that had I not done it, things might be much worse. Still, you take some blame. Just as some of my kin did when our town was raided by the demon Tree Raiser so long ago. I can bear the responsibility so long as I can see myself through the sadness. And heroes like you taking up the torch for heroes like our sage. That gets me through.
Rin, this creature is Belcora, and the outer god that she follows. They are true predators. They don't care who they hurt and what they do. You should not wear the blame on your shoulders. You started this because of your care for the town, and we know that. What we need from you now is a reading of the stars. Use your eyes the way that only you can to look forward into the dark tapestry and tell us if going with the elves, the drow, into their outpost of Ildaris will be a boon or a hindrance to us. Can we trust them?
I will lead you in only the way the cosmic caravan leads me.
And she steps into the center of her sort of ringed area where there is this sight up to the stars, and leans her head back and observes and says, "Ask your question." We talk about Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.